another session of Kip's course highlights. You are here with myself, Amy Conine. I am a math teacher here at the Keystone School, and of course, the star of the show, because the show's named after him, Kip himself. So we are going to talk about Algebra 2 today. As I am a math teacher here at Keystone, I, enjoy our math courses. I get to see a lot of different, great, not grades, submissions by students, with some creativity in their work. And I wanted to kind of highlight one of our more advanced courses, so Algebra 2 today, because it's in the track, it's typically the third math that you take for your high school credit. You will be using the Algebra 1 and the geometry topics from previous courses to move into this more advanced math. So the idea is to get you comfortable into taking trig and pre-calc, maybe for the fourth math that you have, and maybe into calculus, who knows. But what I thought was interesting for this Algebra 2 highlight is that we do actually offer an honor section of this. So if you're a student here, or you're thinking about becoming a student here, and you're worried about maybe having some sort of difference on your transcript, you want to get more of an honors credit, more of an honors education, things like that, we do offer those honor sections. So it's something to take a look at. So for the Algebra 2, the traditional versus the honor section, they're fairly similar with the topics that you'll take, but the content within it, there's a difference with the traditional and the honor section. So these are just the topics that are listed, that you'll see. You'll have a midterm in here, you'll have a final in here. So when you're looking at it, between the two outlines, the topics are pretty the same. For the honor sections, you do have a little bit more that goes into it. You may have discussion posts that you have to do. You'll have an honors project for the part of your midterm, and then you'll have an honors project part of your final. So there is a bit of a difference between the actual the rigor of it, but the content itself and the topics that you will learn are the same. So usually at this point, we jump into um the landing page and the announcements. But because it's a math course, I want to talk about different things that I love seeing when, or just different hints and clues, tips for prospective students or current students if you're watching. So if you are ever in doubt when you're in online learning, if you can submit handwritten work, submit hand sketched graphs, submit work that is yours and original to you. I know we live in a huge tech world these days, but sometimes math is just hard to type out, and sometimes math is hard to draw on the computer. So it is always, always encouraged for students to submit images of their handwritten work, their calculations, their steps, or their graphs, because you should be sketching your own graphs, especially in math. And most importantly, the work that you submit should represent you and who you are, your thought process, how you would work out the problems. We love seeing a little bit of personality when we get our submissions. I can't tell you how many times I get like little doodles on stuff. It's kind of nice to see different aspects of who you are when I have your assignment that I'm grading. So then the next thing, if you are a current student or you're thinking about enrolling, you're wondering what kind of help you would have, we do have something called the teacher link. So if you're ever in doubt and you need support, you can actually call, email, or join a chat room with a Keystone teacher, with a Keystone math teacher, most importantly. So you can get your questions answered, maybe walk you through an example, or provide you with an extra resource to get you, over that, clarification that's needed. And then the last thing, always work your courses consecutively. So when you're working in your units, don't jump around in your courses, because especially in math, what you need in unit 5, you would have learned in units 1, 2, 3, and 4. At least the concepts that are in there, some of the foundational work. So I will jump into what the course looks like now. So for Algebra 2 and the Algebra 2 honors, so here's the landing page for Algebra 2. You can see this is actually my course. Not to toot my own horn or anything. But we have the content bar up here. You can also get it down here. But for the traditional Algebra 2 online, you'll see the different units to the left here when it pops up. I apologize. My internet has been kind of slow today. But you can see the different pieces and parts. So here for Unit 6, you can see that Section 1 is broken down. Section 2, it's all pretty standard. It's pretty structured and what you'd have to do. And then when you get all the way to the bottom where you have your assessments, you have a computer-based test, and then you would have something that is submitted for grading. So at this particular assignment, most of our constructed response assignments are 2 to 3 problems. Most of them are 3, some of them are 2. But what's important here is that you are submitting work that represents you. You can either insert it into the document, you can use a stylus, like if you like using OneNote. I love using OneNote. If you have, something that you can do that with, that's always encouraged. But with the Algebra 2 honors, I wanted to kind of show you what that looks like because again, you can see it's a lot of the same stuff. But then um, you should have, this is semester 1, so you would see that at the end, this is your midterm here, and then you would have your project. So again, it's broken down by semester, so you would see that it looks a little different. But when you get to the project, you have the different sections of the project to help you work through each part. So it's not just, hey, here's the project and here's the directions. It's broken down so you can do each part in a more manageable way. And I thought that was kind of neat. You don't really see a lot of that. When you're talking about, an honors course and online learning, it's kind of, sometimes it's just kind of thrown at you and you're not really sure what to do with it. So I thought that was kind of neat. So if you're, if you have any questions or you're thinking about enrolling or, whatever the case may be, check out our website. You can find a whole bunch of information on there. Give us a call, as always, comment, like, share. If there's somebody that's thinking about doing an online program, maybe, send them the information and, we can get a hold of them. But I always appreciate you joining. Thank you for doing that today. I hope you have a great day. Bye.